I had a milkshake today. That's.
Oh no, you dog! What flavor?
I had like a coffee flavored ice cream milkshake. That's a cheat for the ages for me. I normally, if I get ice cream,
This is the Schmo with the pro. He's got 23 victories. He's the number 9th ranked UFC lightweight. Victorious last night, UFC 317 here at the T-Mobile Arena. He's Beneil Dariush in the flesh here in Las Vegas. How we doing?
Doing great. I want to be introduced like that every single time I walk through a door. Like, I want people to introduce me like that. I love it.
Put some respect on his name. A dominant, unanimous decision victory yesterday. You got the job done. You were supposed to face this guy in January. He got the bump up to face the champ, Islam Makhachev. But you get to prove why you're victorious yesterday.
That's right, man. And, yeah, man, it was a fight we've been preparing for a while, and I'm glad I got to finally get it done, and we proved who the toughest old guy is in the division right now.
There could only be one, and that's you. Listen, he dropped you in the first, but you overcame all the adversity. That wrestling did it. You gassed him out, it looked like. How proud of you are you of that performance? And is that exactly what we would have seen had you guys fight in January over at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles?
I think so. I think it would have been similar. I wish I didn't get knocked down because I watched the fight. I feel like I basically won 14 out of 15 minutes. You know, that minute that he knocked me down, it was when he really had the advantage. I felt like I had the advantage in leg kicks. I had the advantage in head kicks. I had the advantage in punches until that beautiful 1-2 he caught me with. So, you know, all the respect to him with all the smack talk and all the jokes, you know. Bro, Beneil Dariush, I thought it was so good, you know. All the respect to him. With all that said, it was a good fight. I really thought I was going to be able to just crush him, but he actually did pretty well.
And what was the turning point for you to flip the switch and go to the wrestling and do what you had to do to get the victory?
I got complacent in the first round. I just felt like, hey, you know, the striking's working. I'm comfortable. Maybe I don't need to take this guy down because the game plan was takedowns. We really felt like my wrestling was going to be the easiest path to victory. We just thought my wrestling was better than his. My team thought this, and I did too. And so we were planning on doing that from the beginning of the fight, but for whatever reason, I didn't do it in the first round.
Well, now there's so much going on in your division. It's up in the air right now. Ilia Topuria, he becomes the champion. After the fight, Paddy Pimblett goes inside the octagon, some pushing and shoving. What did you make of that interaction between those two guys?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, just Ilia's performance was masterclass. Like, you can't deny that guy. He's very good, you know. He's elite of the elite. As far as with the Paddy going in, man, I don't know why they did that. I'm assuming they want to give Paddy the title shot, and they're, you know, and I know Ilia wants that fight too, so it makes it a lot easier. It's almost like I feel like you're feeding the kid to the lions, but you never know. He might have something we don't know for Ilia, so we'll see.
You're saying feeding the kid, as in Paddy the Baddy, to the lions against Ilia Topuria?
Yeah, it feels that way. You know, you're it's like a sheep to the slaughter, but you don't know that, yeah, because we're all fighters, and you know, somebody's style may be so different or whatever that actually causes problems for Ilia. I genuinely don't know, but so far Ilia has looked unstoppable.
Who's most deserving in your eyes in the lightweight division to be fighting for that title next?
I think Arman, obviously, he beat Charles. He had a great streak. You know, pulling out of the fight the week of that kind of really messed him up. But I think he's probably I would say he's probably number one. Stylistically, though, if you think about it, I think a guy like Gamrot could cause some issues for Ilia because he can shoot. Not once, not twice, he can shoot until he finally gets you down. That could be something that's effective against Ilia. I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe that could be a trick that works. I don't exactly know that. There's the idea of Justin Gaethje because of his style. They would both kind of meet in the pocket, and it becomes who lands. At the same time, I still think Ilia seems more calculated with the way he throws. It's a really fun time to be in the division, but at the same time, I wish I was closer into the title picture. And, with that being said, I'm hoping I get somebody ranked higher.
Higher than you. That's what you want next. No matter what the situation is, just somebody ranked higher than you.
Yeah, that's all I'm asking for. This is gonna be I'm thinking this is my last push to the title shot. Who knows? I never try to decide when I'm gonna retire. I leave that in the hands of the Lord. But I'm 36 years old. I want to push towards that title. I don't want to fight people behind me. I've always given guys opportunities for people behind me, like Gamrot and Arman. Now I want opportunities to fight ahead of me. Because when I was on an 8-fight win streak, they actually used that. They said, "Oh, you're not ranked high enough," and so that's why they didn't get the title shot. I remember I had a conversation with the UFC. So I don't want that excuse to be around anymore.
And had you got the opportunity on short notice, instead of the man that you beat yesterday, how would that fight have gone between you and Islam at the time?
I truly believe I can beat him. That as a fighter, if you don't believe in yourself, then what's the point of being a fighter? But I truly believe I can beat him. I feel like my wrestling, my get-ups, my style is so much more effective against a style like his. Moicano is not. He doesn't really have the get-up ability. He doesn't really have what you would call a offensive guard, where he rolls for legs or stuff like that. He tried to get up and put himself in danger with Islam, and that's Islam's. Some of his best weapons is those chokes. So I think stylistically, I'm better wrestling, better get-ups, and I have no problem standing in the pocket and pushing forward. So I think that would really help.
Of the three names we discussed moments ago, between Paddy the Baddy Pimblett, between Justin Gaethje, Arman Tsarukyan. If one of those three isn't fighting for the title, what do you think stylistically? Do you think it's a Gaethje versus a Paddy the Baddy? If Arman's getting the title shot, is it Arman versus Gaethje? What are you thinking here?
Yeah, so Gaethje's talking about retirement is what I hear. I don't know if that's true or if that's just like a card he's playing. But if he's talking about retirement, if he doesn't get the title shot, so he's basically out of the picture, right? If that's the case, then that leaves just Arman and Paddy as a possibility for the title shot. So if that's the case, I think the UFC would pick Paddy over Arman personally, and so that would leave Arman to fight somebody back. So it would be Max Holloway, Dan Hooker, Gamrot, or myself.
Max Holloway, he's facing Dustin Poirier next pay-per-view. Yeah. Dustin Poirier's last fight. Break that down for us. Who do you think has the advantages?
I think Max Holloway. Personally, I just think Max Holloway, just because, this is Dustin's last one, and he's just kind of trying to ride off in the sunset. I always have mixed feelings about fights like that. So I don't know. Maybe he's gonna have the best performance of his life, or maybe Max will pull it off. But for whatever reason, I get the feeling that it's gonna be Max, and I don't have a how would I put it, like a scientific reason for it, because normally I have my reasoning of why I think one person or the other, but for this one I just have a feeling that it's Max.
And Dustin Poirier took Max's undefeated streak, he took his winning streak, and this is the opportunity. They've already fought twice. It's hard to beat a man 3 times.
Yeah, there's that to it. I just the second time they fought, obviously Max Holloway, it was kind of a short notice if I remember correctly, but I don't know why. I just think Max is going to pull it off this time.
And then when would you like to get back into it? We got to recover. We got to think a lot of things through. Do you want to see things play out? What are we thinking here?
Honestly, I want to get back in November, December. I don't know who's available, but I think Dan Hooker might actually be an option, right? because he doesn't have anybody. But if not him, somebody else in the top of the rankings, that's perfectly fine with me. I got no issues with that. Just we'll see. I feel like I'm going to heal up pretty quickly. I threw a lot of leg kicks and head kicks and whatever, but my leg's not too jacked up. My face looks kind of bad, but this is all superficial. It'll probably be gone in a week or two.
Just a little knick-knack. You got in a fist fight.
Exactly.
And you're also coaching. Shout out Kings Anaheim. Got a lot of great things going on. Bringing those fighters to Up Next Fighting. It's always great seeing you in Southern California.
Yeah, right now I got so many young guys that are so talented. I'm stuck in such a weird place because I truly want to be a fighter, but at the same time I don't want to abandon my guys, and I want to make sure I give them my best because these guys are so talented and they have such a bright future. So it's a weird place I'm in, but I'm also enjoying it. If I stay very disciplined, I can do both. But it's one of those things where it's like, you have to be super disciplined. You have to be on top of these guys, and then you have to be on top of your own schedule as well. So it's a really cool place to be. Feel very blessed, very very blessed to have all my guys at the gym, and then the gym is just popping right now. We're setting up the coffee bar where the recovery center is coming in. Life is good right now.
Double espresso. Get that thing ready with the Schmo on ice when we walk through those doors. How was that lazy river, by the way, you took the children to?
The lazy river was cool, man. My eyes are a little sensitive to the light today, so we did a couple of laps, and I was done. I went back to the cabana, and I let them keep playing, and I just I had a milkshake today. That's
Oh no, you dog! What flavor?
I had like a coffee flavored ice cream milkshake. That's a cheat for the ages for me. I normally, if I get ice cream, I only go to one place, and that's Joe's Italian Ice in Anaheim. So it was a different experience. I went to Haagen-Dazs.
Haagen-Dazs.
Yeah, it was just whatever, but it was. I mean, it was good. I can't talk crap on it. It was good. It just we normally only do Joe's. That's kind of a family thing.
Yeah, filled with all those artificial sugars and sweeteners. You keep your body in pristine shape. Surprised you went with the Haagen-Dazs.
It was the most accessible.
Yeah, convenience is key.
That is true.
And listen, the Schmo's not going to play in board games today because we don't want to give you an L. You're already riding high with that big W.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you make up weird games. You bring games I've never heard of, and you're like, "Oh, this is how you play it." And then halfway through, you're like, "No, that's not how you play it. This is what you do."
You're accusing the Schmo of switching the rules on the fly?
I'm just telling you what happened last time. That's all I remember.
I don't know. I think maybe you got punched yesterday. You're forgetting the key details there.
That could be, but I remember. I actually don't even remember the game's name. So you're right. It was like, what was it, Wizards and Snakes or something?
Yeah, it is. Something like that. Wizards and Snakes?
What was it called? Yeah. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
We only play Monopoly in my house, okay? That's the only game we need to remember, Monopoly and chess. If you want to play chess or Monopoly, that's fine, but everything else is trash.
There it is. Final message for all the Beneil Dariush fans out there worldwide.
Love you guys. Took a while to get back here, but hopefully we won't take as long for the next one.
He's the pro. I'm the Schmo here in Las Vegas. We're out.